Peace. What's good, y'all? It's your brother God Signs up in here once again. Shout out, special salute to the few that do watch the videos and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all, true indeed. It's been a while since I put up a video, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Doing a lot of, I'm glad I got work. You know what I'm saying? So, in this day and age when people don't value music and you're able to like sell your music and make some money from it, it's a dope feeling. But this is my review of Clipse. That God sold them out. Masterpiece. I've been listening for a while. I didn't want to do the review yet. I had to sit on it, play it a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I listened to it, it was so different and so like, it has a dark feeling to it. I was like, it wasn't whack at all, but I was like, damn, Pharrell did this? Because it's so left, and the one thing about Pharrell, man, he's able to, and that's what I love about the Neptunes. They can do some hardcore, like, goddamn, and then they could turn around and do some Britney Spears shit. Very versatile producers, one of the greatest producers of our generation, period, man. And I'm a big Neptunes fan, so I've been rocking with Clipse since exclusive audio footage, when they put out the album. Well, they didn't put it out, but when that album, I got it. And Lord willing, all the albums, I was always a big Clipse fan. So I was, when I heard that it was coming back, I was, excited. I couldn't wait. What I didn't like about the whole thing is, because I'm a big Neptunes fan, I probably have every song that the Neptunes released, man. That's how, like, that's like how fanatic I used to be about the Neptunes, because even the NERD stuff, I got all those albums, you know what I'm saying? I just think music, it's only a certain amount of producers that give me a feeling, like, amazement of what you can do with music. And RZA was one of them. When RZA first came out, RZA was one of them. You got dudes like Maurice White from Earth, Wind & Fire. His music gives me a feeling. And I would say Eric Sermon. Of course, I'm not going to name it. I'll stay here naming all the producers that influenced me. But the main ones that I used to love is Eric Sermon, RZA, I still love, but they just gave me that feeling, and the Neptunes. The Neptunes, they gave me that feeling like the RZA did when he first came out. Totally different type of music, but the Neptunes can do hard shit just like RZA too. But I'm saying, like, the amazement, like, like I always said in my other videos, me and my brother taught that RZA used to do heroin. And it's funny, but because he used to be so left with it, like, yo, this dude ain't human, man. The same thing I used to think about the Neptunes. So we all know this split with Pharrell and Chad, and you know what I'm saying, I don't want to make the video about that, but I didn't like that Chad wasn't a part of it. Now, did the music suffer? Hell no. Pharrell held it down. This is a masterpiece album. Salute to Pharrell, man. They did it. The album is dope. I can't say anything else about it. Malice, Pusha T is top lyricist. This is lyricist, man. This is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is the hip hop I mess with. You know what I'm saying? So it's very humbling and exciting to see people gravitating to this album and it being number one, because this is the real. This is the real. You know what I mean? Now, everybody has their own definition of, I'm not, shitting on anything new. There's some dope new people out there, but Clipse, I rock with them. You know what I mean? And this album, dope. One of my favorite songs is POV. It's funny to think that Malice had to fight to get that song on the album. I'm like, what? He's nuts. That song is like one of my favorites. Is that? It's hard to pick favorites. Of course, Tyler the Creator ripped it. You know what I'm saying? We know what Kendrick is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Nas came through and ripped it. You know, it's just a dope album, man. So salute to the Clipse. If you haven't heard this album, go listen to it. Get a taste of what real hip hop sounds like. And I just wanted to see if Chad was there. I'm just curious, as a producer, where he would have took the music along with Pharrell. Because, like I said, there was always a difference when In My Mind dropped, which is one of my favorite albums by Pharrell. It's like half hip-hop, half R&B, but I love that, you know what I mean? And he didn't like it, but I love it, you know what I mean? And he did it by himself. Even though it's dope, you can tell it's different when he hooks up with Chad. I don't know where to pinpoint it, but I think Chad picks more like there's more quirky, like weird sounds, but dope. You know what I mean? Even though Pharrell does it too. Like they both have like a similar type of sound. But I just wanted it to be like, you know, and Hell Had No Fury, I always wondered about that, because when I bought the CD, what the first thing that we do as producers? We go read the credits. And I used to read the credits, and it says produced by the Neptunes, but I never used to see Chad name there. So I always wonder why Chad name is not there, like in the credits. But it says produced by the Neptunes. You know what I mean? So to find out that Pharrell did that by himself, it didn't really surprise me, because I always wonder why his name was missing on it. But that is one of my favorite, Clipse is my favorite Clipse album, because it's so hard. Especially that trill, that it sounds like some Miami Vice type soundtrack stuff. But anyway, dope album, man. I'm rocking to it right now. Yeah, dope album. That's all I can say about it. Definitely one of the hottest albums that dropped in this year. It's exciting because for a while it was just nothing. You know, you got certain crews out there that's doing their things, like the Alchemists. You know what I'm saying? You got Boldy James that I rock with. You got Griselda that I rock with. You know what I'm saying? I still bump my old 3-6 Mafia. I'm still back in my old school case a lot, because, you know, a lot of the dope new MCs, they don't push them like the dudes that they push that I just can't listen to. But Clipse, dope album. I hope Chad and Pharrell can come back together and create music. The Neptunes is like, they had a crazy run, man. Incredible. So, you know, as a producer, man, you know, you dream to get to that height. You dream to get to that height, man, where 44% of the music on the radio is by you. I mean, wrap your mind around that. That's some Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis type shit that they were doing. You know? But shout out to Chad, man. I just wanted to see what he would have done also. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. It came out perfect anyway. Pharrell held it down. Salute to Skateboard P. He just proves once again, man, this dude is incredible. Always was, always has been. You know, I'm not gonna front. When he first came out and he was doing all those Mystical Hour songs, and I remember the first time I saw Pharrell and he had on like these tight pants with these cowboy boots, and he had it's lonely, and I'm like, who the hell? I'm like, that's Neptune? That's when I first got into Neptunes. And I'm like, that's the Neptunes? They made they made Super Thug? And cause it was, you know, he was always left. So dudes out there talking about, you know, Pharrell always dressed weird. Y'all know that. From the trucker hats to everything. So him being in charge of Louis Vuitton and doing the stuff that he does, it's just who he is, man. You know what I mean? So when I see people putting posts of it, you know, and calling him funny and all that because the way he dressed, I was like, nah, Pharrell always been weird. He dresses like the music, just like how Andre 3000 said he did. He dressed to fit the music, and his music, their music were like futuristic. You know what I mean? But dope album. Salute to the Clipse. If you haven't picked that up, you crazy, go pick it up, listen to it, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you think if Chad was there, it would have been much more dope? Or what you think it would have been taken? That's just my, you know, curiosity as a producer. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, man. I don't want to make the video so long. Try to be more consistent in making my hip-hop videos. We still gonna do the year 1993. I got something. I'm working on that, learning how to use Final Cut to like spice up the videos and all that. You know what I mean? So subscribe. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there.